Welcome to ISES Hangouts. ISES is an international special events society, and as the name suggests, we have chapters and members all around the world. You can find us at ises.com. If you work in any segment of the events industry, we are your association. These Hangouts are put together to encourage the sharing of knowledge with the aim of improving industry standards in all areas of special events. If you want to contribute questions, the best way to send them is via email, hangouts@isesvancouver.com. You can comment on our YouTube channel. You can use the hashtag ISES Hangouts. So post your comments, tweets, and email, and we'll do our best to answer them. This is our first edition of ISES Live Esprit Winners Circles. For those of you who are unaware, the Esprit Awards are ISES International's premier awards given to event planners, suppliers, and event professionals for excellence in the event planning and delivery. I'm joined by the team responsible for the multi-award-winning Westjet Christmas party. I have Ben from Frischkorn Media Co, Megan and Chad from Westjet, and Stephanie LeBlanc from LeBlanc Studios. We're going to delve into the mind of our panel and see what it takes to win so many awards. So let's get started. Guys, what awards did you win? Who wants to start? Who wants to jump in there?
Yeah, we'll go first. So we won Best Corporate Event, over 150,000 US dollars. So.
How about you, Stephanie?
So for this event that Megan was just mentioning, for the Christmas party, we won Best Event Photography, and then we also won, as part of the team, one of the team award, Best ISES Team Efforts, for another event that we shot as well.
And finally, Ben?
We as Frischkorn Media Co won the Best Technical Production, which will include audio, video, lighting, and staging of the Westjet Christmas party.
Okay, so I'm going to throw this out to the panel. Why do you think this event was so successful, and why do you think you won so many awards?
We'll kind of run with that. For us, we think it's so successful is because it's not just us who are planning it. We are an in-house team that plans all internal events for Westjetters. But when we pick the theme, but as we're picking the theme, we bring in MediaCo. We brought in MediaCo quite early on, and we really collaborated with them to create this amazing production. And then we went from there to work with the likes of A2D2 and One West events to really just collaborate, work together. So it's not just us; it was everyone. Really worked together and brought this put their heart and soul into this event and made it what it is today. So
we like to make our event all about Westjetters. We're so deeply passionate about our culture here, and having amazing suppliers like the ones we worked with really help us accomplish our vision and create an event that's truly customized to our employees and kind of encompasses what.
Oh, I think we lost you. But yeah, so I can throw it to Ben, and Ben knows a lot about with MediaCo. They are very involved. So I think Ben can answer a lot of kind of on the production side and what they brought to the table. So.
Yeah, Ben, and how important was that collaboration side for this event? Can you speak to that?
It's hugely important. I think the great thing about working with Megan and Chad and the Westjet team is that it's more a roundtable approach. We're all sitting together and really trying to do the best of the event, and everyone brings the best of each other. I think that's a key component. We're really challenging ourselves in the team creatively and from a production perspective, which then for us from a technical side breaks down into creatively consulting on the video and lighting side, taking over the show direction, so calling the show on a Q-to-Q basis, and breaking it down in the audio, video, and lighting elements to make it a nice, big show and the experience for the Westjetters we're all looking for.
Okay, great. What was the process that went into planning sort of all of the elements, but especially that theme? It was a very cool theme, and maybe you can talk to the theme a bit more for those who haven't haven't seen what the show was, and what was the process from sort of no plan all the way through to implementation?
Well, this is my second year planning the Christmas party, and the year before I did a spectacular themed Christmas party, and before that party even finished, talking to some of the creative guys we have here in-house that does they started giving me ideas for this for the 2013 Christmas party, and we kind of came up with Wizard of Oz. And somebody told me that the new Oz the Great and Powerful movie was coming out, and I always loved that movie, The Wizard of Oz, growing up. So I thought, oh my, so I started kind of thinking and brainstorming, and then once the 2012 Christmas party was over, I worked with my team. It is truly a collaboration between our team here. So we worked together, we researched, we talked it out, and we actually talked to Peter and at MediaCo and kind of got some ideas of what they could bring to the table. And I pitched it to my team, and they also provided 2 other themes, and so we all chose, but my favorite one was definitely the Wizard of Oz theme. And so I put a spin on it this year. Instead of doing Dorothy, because I during my research I saw there was quite a number of events that use kind of the Dorothy and the Scarecrow and stuff like that. So I wanted to stay away from that, and also kind of play off the Oz the Great and Powerful movies. So I decided to kind of do a battle between the good and the bad, with, of course, the good winning in the end, or triumphing over in the end. And we kind of related it to Westjet, with being the little airline that could, and kind of grew into this what it is today. And so it's Westjet triumphed over the kind of other airlines within the industry to be as successful as it is today, and in a short period of time. So from there, the process is we pitch it to our executives. Our executives are quite involved in picking the theme. So they approve it, and then from there, that's when we started approaching. We approached MediaCo, brought them in, and started really brainstorming on how we could kind of go forward. And so, yeah.
One of my favorite parts about our events here at Westjet, we always try to, no matter what the theme might be, is like, how can we relate it back to Westjet in different ways? Like, one of the really fun and just sort of like really goofy elements, but it was really cool and well appreciated by our guest, was if you ever seen The Wizard of Oz, there's the wizard with his giant head on the screen in the smoke, but we put our own spin on that and had Westjetters kind of have their big talking heads up on our giant screen, and instead of it being all about the wizard, we had Westjetters filmed, and they kind of took you through the process of like boarding and check-in and getting on the plane at the airport, and that was kind of spun into like Westjetters, like, please take your seats, we're about to take off, and just those like fun elements that can really tie it back to the business and make it really fun for all of our guests who come out to the party.
We always have the challenge of, we don't want to make it too corporate. This is all about just Westjetters coming out and
having fun.
Yeah.
But
Interesting. Ben, do you want to talk a bit about the technology?
Yeah. For this event, we really challenged ourselves by adding a 240-foot wide projection, which was a blended projection in between fabric and screens. So the whole wall of the venue was one large projection where we custom created graphics and content. The Westjet creative team did an amazing work of producing content in collaboration with our creative team. I think we came up with just a stunning visual of that projection backdrop. We supported the entertainment acts in a theatric way, A to B to tell the story. We had monkeys flying around. I think from a lighting perspective, and from audio perspective, supported the speakers, so the presentations, as well as the stage performances and the entertainment acts.
Great. I mean, it sounded like there certainly was a lot going on at the event. Steph, how do you possibly photograph something that is so involved and so huge in scale and scope?
Well, it comes with discussions and understanding what the planners are trying to do, and also, I mean, we talk with MediaCo and A2D2 ahead of time to see, what are they trying to accomplish and what innovative elements they're going to bring in, and how it all ties together with the team and the purpose of the event. And with that as a mindset going into the event, we have an understanding of the scope and of the goals of what we're trying to do, and so we can capture more than the experience of the attendee, which is the deep happening, but capturing it from the point of view of the producers and all of the suppliers, I think is our approach to this kind of a large event.
Great. So getting back to the sort of the Westjet corporate side of things, and we're going to have another hangout on this topic coming up fairly soon, but I'm wondering, what is the benefit to for a corporation to put on an event like this for your staff? What sort of return on that investment do you see?
Well, our team, not many people know this, but our team is, all we do is plan events, and we have programs, like, for example, our 10-year and 15-year programs, and coming up on 20 years. That's all we do, is we plan events. We take care of our employees, and our philosophy is that if we take care of our employees, they'll in turn go and take care of our guests. So we in our industry, especially when it's getting into the winter time, and we just saw this as an example last week, we have massive snowstorms. Westjetters, or like, for example, Cabo had a hurricane. Our Westjetters are working really hard. We just sent a plane down there today to go rescue some of our guests down there. So Westjetters work really, really hard, and especially during those, as we call them, IROPs, so when something goes wrong or we have weather issues, they work really, really hard. So it's nice for them to be able to come out, spend time with fellow Westjetters that they either don't get to see or their co-workers to hang out with because you're so busy. So it's just to give them a chance to take a break, come out, have some fun,
celebrate our accomplishments throughout the year. We have some, we've been growing a lot in this company, and it really showcases and gives an opportunity for employees to celebrate the year that was, and come together, have a really good time, and maybe step away from their everyday work environment to see something amazing that we were really proud of and have put together throughout the year.
Great.
And I think for us as a company working with the Westjet team, we work with many clients, but it's quite unique and truly amazing to see that Westjet culture, because it is a very positive anchor Westjet has developed, and I think those events are supporting that and are really driving it home. Even for us, from a vendor perspective, it's a great team to work with.
Great. What was the process like when you were applying for the awards? Was it something that you spoke to each other about when you're putting in the application? Was it a very difficult task to approach the application process?
Well, we met. What we did is right after the, and I can definitely say this, as I slept, ate, and worked my butt off just for this party. I thought about witches and wizards and all that thing almost every day, probably leading up to that Christmas party. So it was something that I was really proud of, and it's something that I was really proud to have worked on with the vendors we did have and our suppliers. And I really felt like we could showcase that. So we got together after the Christmas party, I think maybe a couple weeks afterwards, and we kind of sat down and decided, hey, let's try for these awards. we have a Westjet. We have a lot of in-house teams. We really worked. We have quite a bit of in-house teams who support us in putting these awards together. So we kind of shared pieces. Like we have a video we create that our internal team does, stuff like that. But working together made it quite a bit easier. And I think again, it goes back to that collaboration. Is we just work together and we see what we can accomplish. So.
Great. Any other points from Steph or Ben?
I think the key thing, and it's always a challenge, but I think the key thing for like knowing what we need for the award submission, and I think it's very helpful to have Steph's amazing library of photos to support and visualize what the event actually looks like, and also being able to have video recordings or footage which can be edited and can further enhance and can visualize what the event was all about.
And I have to say, it's a difference in writing too. So we've applied for Esprit Awards and we haven't been successful, but this year we were, and the writing was huge. I think we kind of changed our strategy on how we went about things. We're lucky enough, we have quite a big team, and we have some really strong writers and writers on our team, and so we kind of try to look at it from, take it out of my hands. So Chad and I definitely spent a lot of time writing the entry, but we had somebody else who was kind of a third party who could take a look at it, who was there but able to kind of write about it from a different perspective. So that was very cool.
Yeah, getting many eyes on it, different people that were a part of the event to kind of really highlight what it was all about was truly helpful, and we have a great supportive team that, like Megan said, great writers and great minds to give us a hand with that. And of course, as Ben mentioned, having video and from MediaCo and Stephanie's amazing photos also does not hurt at all. Like, that was a great part of the application.
And it's also, we had like A2D2 and One West and MediaCo all help kind of write it from their perspective. So especially with MediaCo, we can't, like, I don't know as much about the technical side of things. So having Peter help us write that part, or Ben help us write that part, was a lot better and probably sounded much better than us trying to write something we didn't really understand to the fullest extent. So same with AV, or our entertainment and decor. So.
The submission is so much stronger when all the parties collaborate. I mean, we collaborate to put the event together and to capture the event, but it doesn't end there when you're thinking about awards. It's all weaving through. You know, for our part, photography, it's one thing to capture the photos, but when it comes to award submission, I feel that the photos that are selected should stand on their own to tell, to speak of the quality of the event, and even to speak and to infer what the mission was and what the experience was, but it should illustrate all the elements that were the most innovative. And so it's like a story on its own, like it's a storyboard on its own, all the photos, and then it should connect with the text, the descriptions, seamlessly.
And one piece of advice that was given to me, we brought Stephanie on for our 2013 Christmas party, but one piece of advice that somebody else gave to me was that it is so important to have the right photographer for your event, and that's why we brought Stephanie in, because she does capture all those corporate events. She does understand exactly what we need, and she's applied for those awards, so it was really easy to work with her to make sure we got what we needed for the award submission, and also for us to kind of use internally. So.
Great. So we've kind of touched on it, but let's dig a little bit deeper. What does winning an award like this mean to your individual companies and organizations?
I think for Westjet, people don't really understand exactly how much work goes into it. Again, it's the same with other things. Like we are not accountants, so we don't know how much work that they're doing up there. But for us, it gives us it kind of a nice little recognition, I guess. Westerners love to see that. They're proud of it. They're just as much a part of this event as we are, so they get to celebrate as well. And
we have a lot of excitement every year about what's the Christmas party going to be this year, and people have come to expect that from us, and just sort of seen, you know, what the theme is going to be, what are we going to be doing, and what entertainment's going to be there. So it's really exciting for us and rewarding to win an award like this. It's hugely gratifying, and also great, even outside of WestJet's walls, to see that we're putting events on that are to that caliber, that we can be recognized by these great individuals and great organizations that are putting on these awards for us. So, yeah.
For my company, Full of Blonde Studio, it's really a huge impact for us. The Esprit Awards is one of the only awards for event photography in the world, and so to win Best Photography, I mean, internally it's amazing. You know, it's a great feeling to feel recognized for our work. But I mean, I always look at it from a point of view of our industry, like the event industry, but photography, field of photography. We've chosen event photography as a specialty, and to have an award, you know, that speaks specifically to what we do, and what we've chosen to specialize in, just helps us, you know, shine the light that it's not something just on the side that a photographer does. You know, we really embrace it, and we're really committed to this genre, and so it's very meaningful for our overall, I would say, like, mission in the industry.
Okay, Ben?
I can only echo what the team has already mentioned. I think it's the reward and the recognition. It's an amazing feeling to know, to get that recognition and reward, how it measures up compared to other productions. And it's not only the production on site, so the live event, but I think for all of us it's the time, the days, weeks, and months we have spent together to conceptualize, to revise, to change things, to narrow down, go into the details, and truly come up with this concept which then comes to life. And I think it's a reward for those months overall, and it all peaks with the actual event, but it gives us the recognition and the reward for the sweat and tears we put into this project.
Okay, well, you've hinted that the WestJetters are looking forward to the next Christmas party. Can you divulge any secrets or hints of what might be coming this year, or is it all top secret?
It's all top secret, so we're launching it October 20th. I'm really excited about this year. So every party that I've been trying to working with my team, trying to kind of change it up a bit, try something new, think outside of the box a little bit. So we're kind of doing it this year. The most I can say is it's more of a concept this year than a theme. We're kind of a play off of a word, so it's opened our doors of what we can do. We have been working with MediaCo and all our vendors quite a bit, and we have some really cool things coming down the pipe in regards to AV and entertainment and decor, and I'm really excited about this year. So
great. We're almost out of time, but I just want to throw it out to the panel. Is there anything that you want to cover that we haven't already discussed? Is there any closing statements you'd like to make?
I think the best thing I can say is that we've been so successful because of teamwork and collaboration, and we couldn't do it without the vendors that we bring in every year. We couldn't be successful, we couldn't do what we do, and so we're very thankful for that, and we are very excited about the wins, and yeah.
Absolutely. The vendors that we work with every year are just amazing, and we couldn't do this job without the also amazing internal partners and departments that we are fortunate to work with here at WestJet, including like our communications team, our creative services department, and our care team, who is our event planning department that Megan and I are on. And we get so much from working from each other, and so many ideas, and we're really a supportive team, and that makes a world of difference for us.
I would say that I'm so grateful to have been part of this amazing team. It's fantastic to work with you guys, and I would say one thing that Megan and Chad understand really well is the photographer is part of the team, and what I mean by that is if you invite a photographer the day of and to capture what's happening kind of on the spur of the moment, you're treating your photographer like somebody attention. And the way that Megan and Chad do it in a position is to bring us in early on so that we are not the ones surprised. So as much as there's top secret information, the photographer knows what's going on, and then we can make our own game plan to make sure we capture those surprising moments, but we're in the know. So being part of the rehearsal in the afternoon and having preview information ahead of time really allowed us to do our best work, and you guys have done this amazingly. So thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Ben, do you have anything you want to add?
Well, we've developed something great here, I think, with the team we are, and with everyone who has worked on the project in the past, and I'm really excited for this year as well. And it's great to see that this whole team, what this whole team is able to come up year after year, and I'm very much looking forward to this year and more in the future.
Great. Well, once again, congratulations. It is great that you've won so many awards and been recognized. And it's great that you're really using your ISES memberships. I think that's a big part of being a member of ISES, is to get active in the industry and to apply for awards like these. I'd like to thank you all for being on the panel today and sharing your knowledge and experience. I'd also like to thank the viewers at home, in the office, and on their smart devices. You can connect with ISES Vancouver chapter through our Twitter account at ISES Vancouver. You can post on our YouTube channel, or if you would like to participate in one of these panels or ask questions, you can email us hangouts@isesvancouver.com. ISES is the International Special Events Society. We have chapters and members almost every place you could imagine. You can find us at ises.com. If you work in the events industry or have an interest in working in the events industry, we are your association. Most of our contact details, well, Stephanie's contact details are available. If you want to contact anyone else on the panel and ask some more questions, come to us via Hangouts at ISES Vancouver. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our previous episodes. Once again, thank you for joining me today. It's been great fun, and thanks to the panel, and say goodbye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.